How's it going, everybody? This is Chris Stark with Coach Stark Homes, and we are in part 2 of kind of hitting the court and promoting and getting to know some more basketball programs here in the Valley. And we are at Cactus Shadows High School today. It's kind of fun for me because, for some of you that don't know, I started my coaching career here back about 27 years ago. I know. I'm dating myself a little bit. That date gets a little bit tough, but I'm here with Coach Washut and Coach, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming.
Always fun. You're a new dad. Well, 4 months.
Dad.
4 months. How's
second time around? Yes.
How's sleeping? How's
not happening?
Okay.
Not happening. No, he's a little tank. He's feeding like crazy. He's a great little man though. Hudson, he's feeding about every 2 hours right now at night. So sleeps a little tough. Good thing I got great assistants that are definitely helping out today, but. Obviously, my 5-year-old right now, taking care of him as well. Yeah. So, no, it's going great. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah. It's week 2. It's kind of those first 2 weeks I always love those first 2 weeks because it's a lot of you're putting in your stuff, you're putting in, new ideas and things that worked over the summer, and you're taking away, and you're always putting, that input period. How's that first 2 weeks gone so far this season?
It's gone pretty smooth. With the football schedule overlapping, all the schools kind of play with this as well, but we've had 3 or 4 football guys kind of coming in this weekend or at the end of last week at all levels, really. So trying to mix those guys in, give them a tryout as well. So it's been a little bit tougher just for that perspective, trying to mix those guys in. But outside of that, it's been smooth. We have a lot of returners this year. And so a little bit more experience than we did at this point last year. So it's been pretty smooth. We are changing the playbook quite a bit this year. A lot of new stuff coming at them, but nice. Some smart kids, and they're grabbing onto it pretty quickly.
It was last year. You've had a ton of success here, and so last year was the first year since you've been here that you did not make the playoffs.
Correct.
I know that did not sit well with you.
Still doesn't sit well.
Right.
And with a lot of people and a lot of players.
Which is good. So,
absolutely.
Now into another year, what do you need to do this year to get to that level that you're accustomed to being at?
Absolutely.
That unfortunately you just weren't able to get to last year.
Absolutely. So a lot of it's through the experience level.
Sure.
And so last year, from a varsity minutes experience, that was our biggest weakness. We had next to none. And I think the year before that was like 9 seniors or something along those lines. So this year, our starting 5 has all been in really tight, big time varsity games last year. We played, 35 games this summer, this fall, Section 7, you name it. We've done some traveling up to NAU. And so we've done a lot of, from an experience level, we played 5A, 6A teams, we played prep teams, we played pretty much anybody we could find games with. And so the experience level is at a much higher clip this year than it was last year. Skill set's a little bit higher as well, 1 through about 6 or 7, and so we're excited for the group, but a fantastic group of kids. I mean, just a wonderful group. Do things the right way. They set the standard. They hold kids accountable. Just high quality, high character kids.
I know you really well, and I know that culture and leadership's a big deal with you in the program. What are some of the things that you do to either promote leadership or try to promote that positive culture, and how does that work with the players?
Absolutely. So my assistant, Jeff Horst, he does a fantastic job. He actually teaches a leadership course.
Oh, nice.
So we did a summer basketball for anybody that's playing summer ball with us, did a leadership training in the cafeteria. Now that the season's almost here, we get back into that. So we'll do a second round of leadership training, and then we meet on a weekly basis to do leadership development, leadership training, to have those discussions, have those team meetings. What does a leader look like? How can a leader lead by example? How can they lead verbally? What's the nice mix between the two? And so we spend a lot of time on that because it's important for basketball.
Right.
But for these young men going to college, going to the workforce, whatever it's going to be, it's even more important for them moving forward. And so that's part of it, right? We want to make sure we're developing young guys into men and leaders, and so that's part of why we do it. It obviously benefits us on the court as well, but from a personal perspective, seeing these guys grow, come together, and being able, it's not, hey, you're the captain, you have to lead. It's all 12 of you, or whatever the number is, are able to lead. And so that's why we do it, and we love doing it. The guys usually enjoy it as well.
How fun is it to see, especially because you had a lot of those guys come back from last year to this year, how fun is it to see those kids mature and progress in that leadership ability from last year to this year?
Yeah, no, that's one of the big things we always talk about. We love seeing kind of what hodgepodge we got going, the first week of summer, and then when we get into kind of early January, late January, just to see that development, whether it's individual skill set, whether it's leadership, verbal. I'll tell you, Josh Adams is a kid that's been on varsity now for his third year as a senior, as a sophomore, and even last year, verbally, he just working through it, figuring it all out,
Sure.
and now he is an absolute verbal leader, and that's one of those things that maturity, but also from a a positive training, leadership training standpoint, finding his voice, finding the confidence
Right.
to be a leader and understand that he has those capabilities and those skills, to see him communicating more and really getting on guys and pushing guys and holding guys accountable. It's great to see, and so yeah, to your point, it's awesome to see kind of where it was, where it's at, and where we think it's going to be.
What do you think you guys just need to improve on, just from a basketball perspective, to get to that, again, get back to that level that you're accustomed to being at?
Sure. Yeah, we struggled to score the ball last year. We started a freshman, we started a sophomore. We were young, we were inexperienced. The game, the speed was a little bit too much for us a little bit last year. We struggled to score the ball. We weren't a great field goal percentage shooting team. Even with some good looks, it was tough to find.
Which is rare for your teams usually shoot the ball really well.
We normally do. It's something we work on every practice, start practice, 20, 30 minutes of up and down conditioning, shooting type of drills. So we're excited with the guys that we have and the work that they've put in. We feel we have an inside-out game this year. We got 2 posts, really 3 posts that can score the ball down
Nice.
low, that are physical. But we got 2 or 3 wing shooters they're going to shoot it at a high clip. Josh Adams returns. He shot the ball at 40% last year from deep.
That's great.
A guy that's getting some good quality Division III looks this year. So we're excited for our inside-outside game. We think we can go 8 or 9 deep with not much of a drop-off and have guys that can shoot the rock from kind of all over the place.
What about your staff that you either enjoy or appreciate that allows you to get the most out of your ability and allow you to spend some time with your kids and be able to have days like today where you weren't as involved as you normally
Sure.
are, but you can definitely feel good giving the reins over to them. Talk about your staff a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeff Horace, varsity assistant, has been with me all 6 years. We've known each other even before this time. I trust him 190,000%. Right? He can do anything that we ask him to, and have no. If I left town for a week, I'd have zero concerns that things wouldn't get done the right way. So he does a fantastic job. He's been, again, a rock for us. And that's a testament to most of our entire staff. We've had my freshman head coach, Alex. He's been with us all 6 years. He actually was a senior when I started here,
awesome.
and so he played for me. And then he's been in the program as an assistant freshman head coach, and now I think his 3rd year as the freshman head coach here. So he does a great job. Our JV coach just changed, but we've only had really 1 or 2 changes in the entire staff. But we bring Greg Richards over from PV. He was with Coach Bardette for 4 years over there as a varsity assistant JV head coach. So he's going to jump right in. He knows half our playbook as it is anyway.
Right, exactly.
But he's a great fit as well. And so we have some other volunteers and some assistant coaches that have been with us for a long time, and I've known these guys for a long time. And so they do a fantastic job, and we're very fortunate, but excited to get it going again with the same group of coaches.
And those guys, and they become family.
Absolutely.
You spend so much time with those assistants that having that camaraderie and having that consistency within the program
Sure.
is huge, because you spend as much time with those guys
Yep.
as you do
With
your own family,
especially for these 3 or 4 months.
Absolutely. All right, rapid fire time.
Okay.
We always like to finish it up.
Okay.
My favorite question of all of them is first letter of your favorite cuss word.
S.
Really? Now, will you throw anything in front of that to make it a little bit more fun? Will you throw a noun or an adjective?
No.
Perfect. Are you a text or call person?
Probably lean a little bit more text, but it depends on the situation and the topic. I pick up the phone, get things done quickly, totally fine, versus sitting and waiting for a reply on a text. But if it's just to a friend or something quick and easy, hey, be home at 6, something like that, quick text.
Perfect. And then if you weren't coaching, what would you do? I know it's hard to even fathom that.
Well, I mean, I've been in healthcare operations for 17 years now, so I would be probably still doing that.
Just doing it full time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do it full time anyway,
right.
But this is the other full time job on top of the 2 kids full time job and the family, man. But I'll tell you a big shout out to the wife who is fantastic with basketball season and the boys, and she works part time too. So, but yeah, I'd be doing what I'm currently doing, just not at this level here.
Right, exactly. Coach, again, we talked about some of the things that we're going to be doing kind of we talked about with Yonker and you, and you know, we're excited to be back doing a mid-season review of them. You know, we're going to kind of hit it right before Christmas. I think McClintock is the game we're going to get to,
great. Yeah, great.
Which will be super fun, and we'll interview a player, interview coach, kind of, again, getting a midway season, like where are we at in the season, how's it going so far, where we're going, and then we're going to hit them at the end of the season, fully expecting to talk about playoffs and kind of get excited and do a player of the game on that one as well. So couldn't be more excited to start doing more basketball stuff. This is one of my fun times this season. Yep. Coach, thanks for having me again.
Thank you, man.
Love doing stuff with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Brother. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.